Okay. Try to get this show started. See what I can do here. All right, we are live. Let me see. I think we live. Okay, that make a lot of sense right there. Okay, because I expect this to work. More of a tech type of test anyway. Haven't been on this channel for a minute because I've been logged out of this channel. Actually, it's been hard for me to log into this channel. Matter of fact, it's like only certain devices I can get into, but right now I got a way to get back and forth back on this channel, so I can definitely start doing that. And I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, the one to the elders who have taught me well out of GMS. And just want to, yeah, I just want to do a little test here. It's not the big here, but I'm gonna start using this StreamYard and um, prior to spending 25, to get this logo removed and start doing some shows because I've been doing some tech savvy stuff. Like for instance, this is one example of it. So the screen, I can do a lot of stuff with this with the OBS. Yeah, let's get into it. It was an interesting article that I seen here. I'm gonna put it in Ukraine. Go on Google. Every time you put in Ukraine on the Google, you do a lot of stuff. Especially with Biden, Putin is threatening. He's actually threatening nuclear war. Suicidal gamble. Has decided to take risks of social backlash to ensure his own survival. Now it's talking about in previous discussions that they was having these meetings with these especially in UN between these different nations. It's basically Putin is threatening war. Mainly on nuclear war, I would say, and it goes back to let's see here. Yeah, Second Peter. I'm going to say Second Peter is chapter 3, verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning His promise, as some men count slackness, but in long suffering to us were not willing that any should perish, but they should all come to repentance. And that's talking about the elect. The Israel, mainly Israel. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens should pass away with great noise, and the elements should burn with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein should be burnt up. Seeing these that all these things should be dissolved, what manner of person are there to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening to the coming of the day of God, wherein the heaven being as fire should be dissolved and the elements should melt with fervent heat? That's a question they're talking about because there's been a lot of I'm putting in nuclear war. Now my internet is acting trash now. See that Putin threatening nuclear cannot be ignored. Western allies both nuclear considered at the direct. U.S. warned Russia hell for consequences after nuclear attack. The consequences is for you motherfucking you devils out there that you about to be when that shit happens, when America get fucking destroyed and also your country's gonna be hit. It's over with. It's done. We've been saying this for the last 14 years. You know, because it's a conversation that I really want to talk about more. I'm not trying to talk about these other dumbass, these other Israelite groups talking about, they had their own doctrine talking about a fucking crater's gonna come over here and burn some shit up, or whatever fantasy that they got in their minds. But what we've been talking about for like the past 14 years is in your fucking face, and we need to really be pushing this shit out there. I ain't talking about no vocab for long. So I say Voltron belong. We ain't talking about that fucking dude either. Cause this is the conversation that we should be talking about. Cause you had a state of nuclear war, and it's actually been discussed in that when it said melt with fervent heat, that's talking about the missiles. Okay. So this ain't no time to be talking about these doctrines. I'm at the point now where I don't even talk to you motherfuckers at all. I don't. Yeah, I'm not trying to break down anything. I ain't talk to you other Hebrew Israelites talking about. I ain't trying to break down who the tribe of Gag is and who the tribe of Issachar is. I'm not trying to break that shit down to you motherfuckers because it's not. If you ain't gonna get it, you ain't gonna get it. The only thing you gonna get is a damn missile because you can't comprehend anything. You can't comprehend anything that's spiritual, bro. It's just not. If it is in the Bible, you try to find something outside source to try to make it twisted up to whatever fancy you got in your head. Well, I'm sure you enough that those missiles are coming over here. Straight up, it's coming. Let me see. I hope my mic okay. It's working. It's working. Yeah, I'm finna pause the stream real quick. Not to pause the stream, but I'm about to do something real quick because I'm kind of new to doing StreamYard like this. Cause I'm gonna be on for a little minute. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, so far it works. Yeah, I don't care if I get 0 views or not. I'm gonna try to constantly keep streaming these, doing these streams here, especially since I'm off. Okay. All right. I'm for the Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. And a time to plant and a time to pluck up, which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. We at the time where we need to break some shit down, but I ain't gonna go further. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. And a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose, and a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rent. I want to go to something else. Just go to 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. Like we at the time of war. This ain't no time to be talking about some dude that's gonna this white so-called Jesus that you people put on your church's walls and they sees the boys. Yeah, he gonna come down and he gonna get everybody flowers and everybody that's gonna be warring against each other with these tanks and these AK-47 M16s. They gonna look at up in the sky and they're just gonna drop everything that they doing, and they gonna like, okay, we just gonna be all happy ever after that. This ain't no children of men type of Sierra Asco that's gonna happen. So we at the time of the kingdom of heaven. As a matter of fact, we at the time of actually the end of America. We actually in the time of World War III. If you have it or not, it's not gonna put. They're not gonna put it in headlines or anything. They damn sure didn't put it in headline in 1940. They didn't know they were fighting in World War II. And to like the middle to like 1942 or 43, they're like, no, this is a World War, man. And some people was convinced that it was a World War II when they got into it with Japan. America got into well, and before they said World War II. Did you notice the pattern of these wars that always happen in Europe? And this is good one right here. I'm not gonna go too much about this. Yeah, nuclear threat. This cannot be ignored. It's ironic, but they ignoring the prophets though. We've been out here in the street corner talking about this shit for the past 14 fucking years, but you guys are just on some other shit. Cause it's all in the headlines. It's all in the headlines. Every time I turn around, I know they showing sports right here. A Russian man who called up to fight in Ukraine shot an officer at a local enlistment. See that? Cause he raising up the mighty man. That's in Joel. I'm gonna get that. And let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this is Joel chapter Joel chapter 3 verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the heathen, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let the man of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your plugged hood into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. That's what's happening. Among yourselves and come up, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together around about. They'll cause their mighty one to call thou, O Lord. Let the heathen be woken and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. You know, this is gonna be far at the end. This is gonna be far at the end of this war. It's not gonna happen in the beginning. It's gonna be far in the end. For there will I will set to judge all the heathens round about. You know, that goes into Ezekiel chapter 37 and 38. Yeah, I don't know why they're showing sports and shit like that, but I wanted to show something else, but probably this is more of a test than anything, but it's going a little bit good. Yeah, it is a suicide gamble. Yep, I'm gonna get my apocrypha right quick. Yeah, I can't find it at the moment. It's somewhere in my apartment. What I'm gonna do, I got like, so y'all know I got like 3 monitors here. So it's not one monitor that you see. But I can click this off and you see this is first monitor right here. Do you see? Then you have this. Let me see if I can find the apocrypha or something. You know, the blue letter, it don't show the apocrypha. Okay, I found it. But Go to second address. I love second address. Yeah, both of the addresses are good, but I just like second address because it always gets to the point of what's happening. He answered me and said, measure thus the time deals in itself. This is my favorite scripture. It when thou seest parts of the time past, which I had told thee before. We told we had said these things before that nuclear war is going to happen. And, people that's up here in this world that's saying that we all negative and things of that nature, these things is happening. If I were to tell you that it's going to rain tomorrow, are you going to buck up and get pissed off about it? Or are you going to make sure that you got your hoodie and your umbrella ready for that time to happen? I'm just saying, because you should be appreciating what's happening. You should prepare your mind, mainly what's going to happen. It's also said that in the scriptures. Let me say this one, read more. Verse 2. Thou shalt thou understand that it's the very same time where the higher would begin to visit the world was he made. Therefore, when thou shalt be seeing earthquakes and uproars of the people of the world, which you are seeing, you just had an earthquake in Mexico. It's been increasing ever more since then. Let me see if I can find it. Because every time you turn around, it's an earthquake that's happening. See, earthquake. New England had an earthquake. New England had an earthquake. Mexico had an earthquake. Tennessee had, weekend with fresh, earthquake damage. See that? South Carolina could do earthquake 4 times stronger than you possibly thought. See that? There's a lot of earthquake that's happening. These one of the signs of the times that's happening. A lot of you people just ignore it. You ignore it. Yeah, these are conversations that you need to start having. Just there. Therefore, when thou should be seeing earthquakes and uproars of the people of the world, thou should well understand that the Most High spoke of these things from the day that was began, did even from the beginning. Because ain't that it's like in Russia, they just wanted to mobilize about 3,000 men into their military army. Because when that happened, I think about it take about 2 to 3 weeks unless they have reserve in it. Yeah, I'm gonna change the title. Hmm. I'm gonna change the title. Yeah, but you can do that. And I might schedule another one during the day and start talking about some other stuff as well. I haven't been on this channel as much as I've shit for months actually. It's like I be taking a little month here off here, then a little bit month here, because with my new computer, and my internet, like the internet, I'm on bar internet, so I'm not gonna say too much why. You can see the Wi-Fi connection right here. As you can see, this is no, I ain't gonna show it, but I don't want to show it, but that's this not really my internet service. Yeah, Lord willing, I try to get my own shit, but the most I always got me connected to the internet somehow, some way. Even a new computer, I got a Windows 11, but yeah, put into know the times that you were in. Let me see if it changed up on my let me see if it changed up. Yeah, it changed up. Okay, I'm to read more. Okay, for the light that made the world had made the beginning and the end should be manifested. It is going to be manifested. If you look in the news, there's been a lot of strange things been going on, according to the carnal mind of people. Yeah, you had a lot of so-called UFO sighting in Ukraine, especially in these war zones. They've been seeing a lot of that. That's an example of that. So it's going right into what the Bible had been saying, that this war is about to take place. Let me see here. First says, even so the times also the highest have planned beginning and wonder and powerful works and ending in effects and signs. Everyone that should be saved and should be able to escape by his work and by faith, whereby you have believed. See that shit? But it's not for you guys that believe in the just the Old Testament by itself. Like you guys, you don't have any faith anyway. Matter of fact, you don't even have any works. You don't even go out there even talk to the people. You're not doing what the prophets is doing, but you talk shit about the prophet that be out there on the street corners all day. You be in your studios all day trying to debunk everything that you're not going out there to the chief place of Concord. You ain't going to the marketplace where your kind is at. You're not going to the hood. You're not going by the flea market. You're not going by any place where there's a lot of trash in the people. You're not. Like, how the hell do people know that if you're an Israelite? Do they go on YouTube, or they mainly know about the street corners? Like, it's more people that view us, especially back then, on the street corner than it was on YouTube. Okay, these videos back in 2007 and 8 was getting like what, 50 views to 100, you know, and people were seeing us back and forth, and then they start looking at us on finding us on YouTube. But pretty soon, YouTube gonna cease from doing that. For having us being on, doing these videos very soon. We ain't gonna be, you ain't gonna find us very soon. There's certain words you can't say on YouTube. You can't have you can't talk about certain subjects, because you talk about certain subject, they will label your channel on the Wikipedia or something. Conspiracy or something, iCloudism or something like that, 9/11 conspiracy theories or something like that, and it's gonna deduct the detraction of your channel. I don't like to sound like a broken record, but these days it's like the scriptures is just saying what it is. There's so much stuff. You can look at this, man. Okay, this is on Matthew chapter 24. I'm gonna start from 5. No, I'm gonna start from 4. And Yahushua answered and said to them, take heed that no man deceive you. Straight up. For many should come in my name, I am the Christ, and should deceive many. You already had people that's coming out there, they saying the name and things of that nature, and they go off and say, okay, the Latinos not the Israelite. Hold on, what? You know, and some of these motherfuckers be a fucking gadite and say that the only way you can be a Negro is you gotta be so called, you gotta the only way you can be an Israelite, you gotta be, you got all the so called Negroes, the 12 tribe, and some of these motherfuckers be from the tribe of Gad or Reuben. I'm not gonna discuss who that is, but it just make me laugh. you know. So waking your own, you waking one tribe up, and you part of another tribe. You condemning your own tribe. Okay, you might as well just get yourself. I don't know. You might as well just put some gasoline and set yourself on fire because you might as well, because those nuclear missiles gonna hit you, and you ain't gonna. It's no hell way you gonna get saved. Things of that nature. Or they might say the name, or they might come up to you saying that Hebrew Israelite, but they don't believe the Old Testament. And for those Old Testament Israelites, they have to wait on that man that's gonna come out of the tribe of Judah in Genesis 49, and we already know who that is, but they don't know. Because those Old Testament Israelites, those scribes and Pharisees coming back, and those the same motherfuckers that put Herod over Israel, and they knew that he was a Roman. Yeah, I gotta refrain myself from saying the E word, but he was a Roman. Okay, he was not of the Senate. His father line did not go back to Israel, but those Romans conquered you motherfuckers, and then told you this is your king. Y'all should even honor that shit. You should have honored that shit in words, but in your code, you should have been on code like, man, this ain't our king. And the one that was your king, you wanted him to be put to death, but that's a part of the scriptures anyway. He was actually from the house of David, but you cast him to the side. You want to roll with this Roman called that was a king over you, Herod. During that time, you still do the same thing. Because any dark skinned person can come up there and say they're Israelite, and he can be a so-called African. His fatherland go back to Africa, whatever the hell. It may be from Kenya, maybe from somewhere else, but it's definitely not Israelite. But it's still possible that they still could be Israelite because we've scattered throughout this planet. But I'm not gonna go deep in discussion with that because you don't believe it. All right. Verse 6, and ye should hear of war and rumors of war, see that yet be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but in the end it should not yet. Now, for your Old Testament Israelite, that's what's happening right now. That's a prophecy. That's what happened. You're hearing a lot of rumors. I don't believe that it was said there was rumors of wars that are gonna be happening. We know there's gonna be wars, but it never said there's gonna be rumors of war. There's a lot of rumors that's going around. I can put in this. I can put in Taiwan. Yeah, to avoid. Yeah, South Korea unlike to avoid Taiwan conflict. See that? You have South Korea and Japan. They getting vested into this tension that's happening in Taiwan. That you have Japan that putting more money, I say more brick into their defense. Defense spending. See that over tension, Lord. See that shit right here? Yeah, cool. Now I'm gonna put North Korea. Put North Korea. They've been talking a lot of shit. See that fired a new one. Actually, this lady right here, this guy's sister right here, been talking a lot of shit to the South Korean president. Been saying a lot of shit, and they doing a lot of joint exercises. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's my type of. That's the type of female you be face feisty in the bed, but I ain't gonna say too much. But Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. That's what's happening right now. Ain't the thing that's happening in Ukraine that they've been talking about for the last couple of months, that it's gonna starve out a lot of countries because of the grains that Ukraine used to put out. You know, these some I don't be to sound like a broken record, like I said. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in this one chapter, right? It's happening right now. That's why this you know, it's very this book is very powerful, man. Yeah, your world leaders, they know what they're going to. For nation should rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And all there are the beginning of sorrows. This is Matthew 24:8. This is the beginning of it, man. Well, it's not the beginning up to the stuff start popping out. I think 2023, that's when stuff gonna really pop off. You're gonna have a lot of food prices going up. They're gonna be doing a lot of cuts. See that, you know, they pointing fingers, and matter of fact, they not it's at the point that they did this in World War II. There's no neutrality in they was not playing any neutrality games in World War II. Like, you, if you with them, are you with us? That's what they doing now. They're doing with the African nation. Look, you can't be neutral. As a matter of fact, the African nation, they came up to the Europeans like, man, that's your problem. We got our problems. Asians saying the same thing. Look, we got our problem. You got your problems. Well, eventually, it's all gonna go. It's all gonna they all gonna pick sides. Even the Latin countries down there in South America, they gonna pick a side eventually. Are they gonna scare them to pick a side? Matthew 24:9. There should thou deliver you up to be afflicted and should kill you, and you should be hated of all nations of my name's sake. That's what they gonna do. Ain't that the same shit that they do right now? Saying that we some fear monger, we terrorists, we do this, that, and the third. Like, we some you know, we just the most hated and most disgusting group of people on this planet. You know, the Hebrew Israelites out there on the street going, not you niggas out there that's in the studios, you know, that's sitting out there, you know, they trying to debunk the ones that going out to the street teaching and showing their damn faces. Okay? That's going out there taunting the hell out these fucking politicians that rule, these devils that rule over you. You ain't doing that shit. You taunting us. And that should and there should be many be offended and should betray one another and should hate one another. That's what's gonna happen. And many false prophets should rise and should deceive many. That's what they doing. You still got these people out here saying that, okay, you know, I ain't trying to get up in that shit, but this ain't the time for it. You believe that the Latinos not Israelite, go your way, we go our way, and stop trying to fucking attack us, because these prophecies, you gonna burn in no missile. Of course you're gonna burn in no fucking missile. We warning you, and you should agree to disagree and back the fuck off. Cause I ain't gonna fucking lie. If we saying the things that's happening now, and you have Russia that's talking out the mouth saying they're gonna bomb this fucking place, I think you need to fucking listen, or at least give an ear of what the hell is gonna happen. And because the iniquity shall oblige, the love of many shall wax cold. Because I see a lot of you niggas out here, y'all treat motherfuckers like they ain't shit. I see nice people out here, decent folks. Y'all treat like shit. A matter of fact, you do this when that motherfucker that's like cool and nice hearted to you. I see this shit in this culture, this so called black culture. He's nice and shit like that. And then when he's about to be down and out, you don't got him. And then when he get back up there, you know, get out of that sticky situation, you get pissed off why he don't want to fuck with you no more. You know, that's out of Deuteronomy 28. I'm just saying that as an example because I was like that, you know, that was, man, I had to wax cold toward you niggas. You had to cut off relatives. I had to cut off so called friends over the years. Yeah, I cut off a lot of people. I say for the process of about 5 to 6 years, I had to cut off a lot of fucking people because of misunderstanding. You know, misunderstandings or assuming shit. When I see shit like that happen to me in my personal life, I cut them off because they think you full of shit. But when you kick them off to the fucking curb, they wonder why. And then it goes right to It's also goes back to second nature, why a lot of you niggas out here, you gonna be fucking enemies anyway. And I'm gonna laugh when that shit happen. And somebody that be lurking on my a relative that be lurking on my channel, not the one that not the brother that I teach with, but it's another motherfucker that be lurking on my channel every now and then. You know who I'm talking about. It's a so-called relative of mine. So you know who I'm talking about, bro. I told you since 2007 that he realized like this shit gonna happen, then you gonna make fun of it, and then some shit happen. COVID happened, you want to know about what's going on, and then it was some situation that happened in relative. Now we ain't good no more. Like you can go fuck off somewhere. You back talking shit. Yeah, you can go suck a dick and die, nigga. It don't fucking come to my fucking crib at all. It don't fucking call me no fucking 6 o'clock in the morning, ask for some goddamn cash. Or fucking call me when I'm fucking out there teaching and out there live streaming and shit too. Yeah, because the iniquity shall blast and the love of many shall wax cold. Because that's the only way you can be in the society. You gotta be fucking cold hearted, man. You gotta be a ruthless individual. You gotta say, man, fuck that shit. You gotta have that. You gotta have that man fucking mentality in a way. It's not even the iniquity of people being wicked, but it's also the people that being wicked towards you. Especially some you have brothers that they've been imprinted by this the society. They kind of had that nigga into it, and it's kind of stick with you, but it goes deeper than that. That's why we have to have different bodies when we get in the kingdom of heaven, because we still printed by this goddamn society. Because it takes about to change the culture of a group of people, it takes about 40 years according to study. When you want to change a culture and turn it into something productive, it takes about 40 years. That's the same shit that happened when we came out of Egypt. We was just a bunch of niggas. It took about 40 years for all those niggas to die off so the next generation can carry on and they have a better mindset than their parents had. All right. But that they should endure into the end, and the same should be saved. That's what's happening. See that shit? You hear that phone popping off? That's the spirit right there. Yeah, that's the spirit right there. But he that should endure to the end, the same should be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom should be preached in all the world for a witness upon all nations. That should know the end should come. Like that's why you have on YouTube in these live streams. I'm turning this shit off. Turn this shit off real quick. Cause I'm not trying to hear that shit. All right. When thou shalt see the abomination of the desolation spoke by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, was written, let him understand. I'm gonna go back to second address. I'm gonna go to 10. Second address chapter 10, verse 1. And it should come to pass that when my son was entered to my bad. I mean to do that shit. Go to 15. That's why man, second address is just the bomb scripture to go to, man. But Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thee in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. It cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. But the word is very true, because everything that's happening right now is happening. Everything that's written is happening now. Even with the wax is cold and shit, go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 15, the curses. And it's really is you look at these niggas out here, you got no choice but to be cold blooded to these motherfuckers. That's what it is. If the motherfucker ain't gonna get it, he ain't gonna get it, and you gotta move along. I'm not gonna argue or debate. I'm gonna tell you go down the street and do your own fucking shit. Yeah, I had to be cold hearted as myself, man. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do my own thing. You go your way, I go my fucking way. That's it. And I don't give a fuck if whoever think it is what it is, man. I'm gonna do me. Cause nobody ain't gonna look. I'm trying to get as much blood off of my hands as possible by telling these people what's gonna happen. And that's the main focus of this thing. It's based on fate and what's gonna happen, and these things is happening. Even if I look like a fucking madman doing it, that's gonna go strict directly to what it is. Verse 3: Fear not the imagination against thee, and let not the inconducy of the trouble thee that speak against thee. That's what's happening. Yeah, they think that you going to you crazy as hell. Like this nigga lost his damn mind. That's what's happening. Yeah, they look at us like we crazy, but man, you crazy for thinking that, man, you think this fucking place about to last forever. What, when those missiles start coming, what you thinking about going back to college? Hold on, I'm gonna put the it's not showing it. I don't know why. It's not showing it. I know it's early in the morning, so it's not gonna be that many people that's gonna watch anyway. I might just, if I'm lucky, I might get like one person watch me right now. But it's a nice test. But I'm just gonna continue doing this. Yeah, I don't know why they ain't showing the second address. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's kind of stupid though. I'm gonna bookmark this real quick, and I'm gonna go to wisdom chapter 5. All right, wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 1. Then should the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that have afflicted him and made no counsel of his labor. That's what's happening right now. They don't know what we're doing. And matter of fact, we putting in a lot of work by telling you people what the hell's going on. We investing in these computers. We doing these sit downs, we doing these shows and everything, showing you what the hell's going on. And it's so easy for you to look this shit up. You can just Google it. It's no excuse. Back then, you just only had a computer and you had to have internet. Things like the back of 2008. Now you got your phone. You can just Google the fuck out of this. No fucking excuses. We'll put something else. I'm gonna put this. I'm not gonna say it, but it was kind of funny that I put it up there. What country? Yeah, I ain't gonna put Jordan, but it was something they removed it a while back. Cause I put who this character was. I'm not gonna say it, cause see that look. I'm gonna highlight it because you can't say it today. This is out of Google. Okay, this is out of Google. I'm gonna try to see if I can zoom into this. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in. Okay, I can zoom in because I'm not gonna say it because as soon as you start saying his fucking name, YouTube's gonna fucking flag the shit out of it. Who is the descendant of today? Is Jews tradition stream from the Talmud that descendant of would be eventually become the Romans in larger extent all Europeans. That's all you have to look. You can just Google that. That's all you have to do. You just Google the shit out of it. I can read it out the Bible who the scared is, but it's like soon as you say the shit, they gonna move your shit. Every time it's like every time these devils so butt hurt by this word that as soon as you say his name, you get your shit flagged down. So you say that E word, they flagging your shit down. Esau. Soon as you say that name, it's like, man, get them again. It's just as simple as that. And we've been saying that for like the last 14 years. And you have people been breaking that shit down, saying that this man is Japheth, and he telling you that who he is. That should tell you something. But I'm gonna go on to the scriptures. Hold on, I'm gonna put this. There's been a lot more articles that I seen earlier before 7 o'clock, but it seemed like it's always something. There's always some crazy shit that's happening. It's always something happening with these two countries. See that 41 minutes ago, because it's like when we go to sleep at night, whatever. It's always some crazy shit that be happening. U.S. say it told the Hamas that Russia will face consequences if it used tactical nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Yeah, you ain't gonna do shit but talk. Yeah, what the United States government need to do, NATO, they need to go and stop fucking around and set some troops up in Ukraine, so we can speed this shit up further. But the next 3 months, because they gonna get about 3,000 soldiers if they not on reserve already. They're gonna send them out there. If the ones that's on reserve, they already there. They already there. Because Russia has sent about at first 100,000 troops there. And it was mainly just minority groups. It was like Asian and Arabs that was there, and you had these low class basically some poor white trash of the Russians. Some traded trash. Okay, traded part living motherfuckers is there. Some factory workers, some plumbers. Now I don't know, plumbers make good money, but I'm just saying who's there. That's who will get mopped up at first by the Ukrainians. I mean, yeah, that's who will fucking the Ukrainians up. Like that video of that came up with the dude that was getting castrated. That was getting castrated. That was an Asian dude that did. He was an Asian man. His lineage, I think, it probably is most likely from China, but he was born in Russia because you have some people that's Asian that live in Russia. The most stereotypical look of Russia is basically so-called Caucasian. Well, you got some minority groups up in there. You have some Jakes up in there too as well. Because I'd be sure that they on the battlefield too. On both sides. They don't know who U.S. told it will face consequences if it used nuclear weapons in Ukraine. The Biden administration also said the White House recently warned against such response. It was addressed last week to use nuclear as it announced a part of the military mobilization and other measurement. They is not fucking playing. That dude is about to press, like Putin about to press that damn button. I wish I could find that old cartoon of YT Politics. He had a Russia with that button. Yeah, he had a vodka. He's on that last bottle of vodka and he pissed off. Okay. I'm finna read on. And when they succeed, there should be trouble with him in the fear and should be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation so far beyond all that they look for. And the repentant and grant for anguish of spirit should save within their with their self. This was see who we had sometimes in derision in a proper reverse. We fools count his life mad in the end to be without honor. It's not only talking about it, the other nations, also talks about our people as well. Because there's a lot of shit that because you got these dumbass pro-black niggas and these regular niggas that be talking shit all day. You know, they don't know what we talking about. We ain't going out there. You ain't about the black community. What fucking community that you got? Yeah, your fucking community is owned by the House and authority. You motherfuckers don't own property. How you own some property when you gotta pay property taxes in this place? You don't got no fucking business. You ain't running shit in your fucking community, so you better get the fuck out of here with that shit. Yeah, it's like I'm getting to the point where I'm getting real disrespectful towards you guys. Cause when we started off, we were being nice and shit. Then you just start running your damn mouth talking shit all day, every day. Like motherfucker, go out there, do what you want to do. Go suck a dick and fucking burn in that fucking missile. Because that's gonna be the last time you niggas will suck one. Because in the kingdom of heaven, you ain't gonna be having that shit. You're gonna have your head down. You're gonna be in fucking embarrassment because your spirit gonna let you know, like, these the motherfuckers that told you the truth. And now this shit's, it's about to happen. But you won't see it though. You don't see it though. How is the number among the children of God, and his lots is among the saints. Therefore we have erred from the ways of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined upon us, and the son of righteousness rose not upon us. You damn right. It's not gonna. It didn't rise upon you. It's right there in your face, and you only way you gonna believe it is you believe that the Most High gonna get off his throne, come down here and slap the shit out of you and tell you this is the truth. That's not gonna happen. He used to send his prophets out there in time past. You always put it on the death, but this time you can't do it. You can't put the prophet to death. You can't put us to death like you did back in the ancient times. But this word gonna come out. We were ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through desert with that light no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we had not known. You had not known anything. Right now, this is gonna be you guys when that time happens. You're gonna be left behind when those missiles is hitting. You're gonna take that chip, and most of you people don't even think it's that chip. And you already have these sporting events here in the city of Chicago where you can't come up there with paper dollars no more. They say you gotta have a debit card, and that's one step towards being digitalized. Why you think that shit that's happening to Taiwan right now? Because China had made a new currency war when it turned the currency digitally, because control their currency, and America been doing that the same way. So they want to compete with that because right now China had gotten ahead as at the moment as over America. Right now, Taiwan is like the main manufacturer of chips. That's what they trying to. That's why they is fighting so hard. They want to try to help Taiwan as much as they can. Even go to war with China to go, to save Taiwan because there's so much money in Taiwan itself as a state. Both of them. It's not about the fucking. It's not about the fucking people. They don't care about the fucking citizens, nobody. They care about the goddamn money. Right now, I'm for the industry. Yeah, I know. With that, I'm gonna probably live stream it again. With that, I say shalom.